Here on KC Radio 97.7 FM. The game has just got underway with Meyer getting the tap down straight there to Miss Slicky. The kick coming off the side of the boot slightly, looking for Stewart. He couldn't quite claim the mark. Goes in a second time, wrapped up strongly there by Chirua. Welcome back to the second half here on KC Radio 97.7 FM, live from Tumac Valley Reserve. And it's Kane Pollard, Jared Healy, Trent Knight and Bally Shaw at the boundary. Some injury news from the halftime break. Barclay looks like he won't take any further part in the game, and also Hughes is injured for Beaconsfield. So they're on centre wing. Miss Slicky and Lehman go at it. Lehman was did he tackle high against Miss Slicky? No. The umpire said that's holding the football. The ball actually never went back to Lehman, so we'll have to come back here now. Lehman on the defensive side of centre wing. His team trailing by 13 points. It was a inspired second quarter by the Lions to get themselves back in the game after trailing by 30 points in the first quarter. So Holmes kicks it out there towards Lenders. Corey can go back inboard here to Valeg, but that option's ignored. So off once. It was actually Fisher with the ball, I should say. He finds Tonks in space on centre wing. The small man plays on quickly by foot to Holmes. So just holding up to the play, looking for the best option there. Holmes has kicked forward with disappointing, made it hard for Fry, who's just pushed Bataclan out of that contest. Bataclan's gone down in a world of hurt.
I think it's under his shoulder.
Is it his shoulder or is it his leg? It's his hip. After being pushed to the ground there by Fry. So Bataclan will take the free kick. It looks a little bit worse for wear. We'll get Bailey to confirm all the injuries at that after half time. So the kick there by Bataclan. Sliding over the top of it was Dalla. The ball now comes out the back towards Miss Slicky. They're doing battle out there on centre wing. Pakenham win out once again now. Cairns, he gets the football too far out to score, so he's looking for Smith in the pocket. Reading the play nicely there was Modica. Modica and Smith is one of the battles that could shape this contest, you would think. Modica won this battle. Bataclan is still looking at his hip off the play. Miss Slicky has the ball inside defensive 50 on the outer side. Dalla's done a short lead. That was ignored. He's picked out Morris, the first gamer. So Morris has taken the mark. Defensive side of centre wing for Beaconsfield. Very stagnant start to this third quarter. Both teams not willing to run. Morris's kick really lacked any sort of penetration. Allowed Holmes to take the mark. He plays on quickly. Another entry inside forward 50. Toussaint couldn't take the mark. With his hands chopped, no. Bataclan was there. He kicks it back out towards the Beaconsfield captain in Miss Slicky. So Miss Slicky goes long to centre wing. Out there was McDermott. He couldn't take the mark. Roving, though, was Dowler. He does well. Gets a long kick away. Caught out of position there was Mitchum. Chirua's taking a nice mark on the half-back flank for Pakenham. They're starting to win these one-on-one contests now, the Lions. Chirua goes short to Holmes. He's got O'Brien further afield. He'll go that way now. He'll have to take the mark in front of Pollard, and he does. So he's got Anning. He's also got Talbot short. He decides to go longer. Toussaint, the toasted croissant, a cheerio to his parents who tune into our broadcast. Thank you for their support. Troy Toussaint plays on inside forward 50 and finds Fry. Under no pressure at all there, Daniel Fry is taking a good mark directly in front. Your man, Jared, will be lining up to bring the margin back to only 7 points.
It's beautiful. I just noticed Jack Anning kept running down the pocket. He's now gone into the goal square for Pakenham, and his opponent, Jake Bowd, was actually pointing to someone to pick him up and realised he was the only one there, so he's had to run down. And could that be the tail of the tape? Beaky have run out of legs.
13 points to margin. Can he make it 7? Fry kicked the goal at half-time. Can he make it 2 in a row? Daniel Fry, the ball comes back nicely. Great work there by Daniel Fry. 2 in a row to the big full forward. Pakenham go to 5-5-35. Trailing Beaconsfield 6-6-42. We have to remember Beaconsfield were leading as much by 31 points in that first quarter. It's now back to 7. Daniel Fry's kicked his second goal of the match, his first after half time.
And you can hear up here in the balcony they like that one, and there's really the mood up here has changed as well as the game.
Absolutely, as Pakenham have brought it back to 7 points. Now more supporters have come up to the beautiful viewing spot that is the balcony on our broadcast position, which is great to be part of the atmosphere here at Tumac Reserve as well. And
maybe we need to bring our table forward. Yeah, we're kind of tucked in the pocket here. One of the best vantage spots to watch football. Cliff Donegan and Dave Nagel to my right here giving each other a little bit of a push and a shove. Could be up on here between the journalist and the board member. Tap down to the ball. Kerrigan, he can take it. Bounce Ben Kerrigan from 55 metres out. Set sail for goal. Kerrigan's kick. No! It's hit the post.
Do we call that red work anymore? Steelwork.
Look at how hard he's kicked that ball. That has come off the post and come 30 metres away from the goal line.
All the people here just listening to the call of the ball.
Michaela was Ben Kerrigan's girlfriend, I believe, Kane.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully she's enjoying the broadcast, Bryce. The kick in finds Talbot, left-hand back pocket for the Lions. In for a senior game today. Talbot goes short. Oh, makes it hard there for Blake. It wasn't paid. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Nice work there by Stewart, I think it was. And the ball's now going to be thrown up. Dangerous position here for Pakenham. Beaconsfield hold on to an 8-point lead. Taylor Joyce, the kick around the body's gone higher than it has in distance. They compete. Holmes dropped the mark. He should have taken the ball's been socked off the ground nicely there by McDermott. Oh, wow.
Opportunist goal.
Yeah, Holmes should have taken that mark. He spilt it. It fell to the advantage there of McDermott. You don't need to give him too much of a chance to kick a goal. That's his second goal of the afternoon, and back to a 14-point lead here. Good work there by McDermott. That's his second goal of the afternoon. Beaconsfield go to 7-7-49, leading Pakenham 5-5-35. 14 points the margin.
Well, yeah, that was a goal that Beaky desperately needed. They haven't scored since about the 2-minute mark of the second quarter.
That's right. Taylor Joyce kicked that goal at that stage. So 5 minutes into the premiership quarter here on 97.7 FM. Mitchum gets the clearance there for the Eagles. Off the side of the boot, Cairns is there and also Morris. Well read by Cairns. Gets a hand pass to Tarua. Beautiful tackle by the first gamer. Morris has brought him to the ground. That's holding the footy. So Morris will take the free kick. He goes short to Miss Slicky. Too far out to score. Joyce will be the option. He leads and goes back into the pocket. No, Joyce has been ignored. He has gone to Joyce. Joyce has taken a great contested mark there against Tonks, going back with the fly to the football, and also Stephen Morey. Taylor Joyce will be lining up directly in front now to kick Beaconsfield's second goal for the quarter and take the margin out to a 20-point lead as Bull Kerrigan gets a rest. Coming back on there for Beaconsfield is Daniel Johnston, one of the players selected in the Victorian Country Championship side. So Taylor Joyce, he's kicked two. He's kicked one in each quarter. Can he make it his third in the third? In he comes, Taylor Joyce directly in front. He's kicked that one good. 2 in a row to the Eagles. Last year's premiers are getting the momentum back. They go to 8-7-55. 20 points the margin here. Great finishing work there by Joyce for his third.
Yeah, it was a great mark too. Great contested mark. So it was well-deserved goal. And that'll make them very happy. 2 in a row to Beaky, which they would have at half-time. They would have been wondering where one goal was coming from.
20 points to the margin. Bailey's down there at ground level.
Well, the good news for Pakenham is that Jake Smith's back out there. He looks like he'll run out the game, but Jake Barclay's got his jacket on and the boots off, so he's done for the day, boys.
And that adds to Kane Hughes, who came off the ground earlier for Beaconsfield. So both teams are down, one man on the bench. Fisher in the ruck there against Meyer. Tapped down by Meyer, but it comes out now towards Morris for Beaconsfield. He's in space on centre wing. The short pass inside forward 50. Joyce falls over at just the impromptu time there. Moray gets a hand pass to Tarua. The kick around, the body's been cut off by Mitchum. He goes into the pocket looking for McDermott, going back with a fly to the football. McDermott's taking a good courageous mark there as Talbot was closing. Unselfish football there by Mitchum. Rather than blazing away, he summed up his options. And he found the experienced small forward taking a good mark on his chest. McDermott has 2 for this afternoon. He can make it 3. He's just stepped across a little bit on his mark. The smart full forward there, you would think. He's actually taking another step now with his left foot. McDermott's kicked the goal. 3 in a minute there for Beaconsfield. After Pakenham getting it back to within 8 points, the margin's now gone out to 26. Beaconsfield 9-7-61, leading Pakenham 5-5-35. We have gone 8 minutes of this third quarter. McDermott has 3.
But no wind down there, but would you think that ends the scoring end?
Well, it seems to be. We saw this happen in the first quarter. Beaconsfield just trailed away. Pakenham, as pressure seems to have dropped coming out of half-time into the third quarter, and Beaconsfield have picked up their run again. We mentioned in the second quarter they just seem to lack their run through the middle and going forward. But no, very well done from Beaconsfield. Pakenham are going to have to get a hold of this really quickly.
Well, we've only seen 2 goals scored at the junior end of the ground. There's a free kick in the rucking contest. It's gone the way of Meyer. On the other end, we have seen 12 goals at the other end. Meyer goes long with a bomb inside forward 50. Joyce was there but couldn't claim the mark. At the back of the pack, McDermott slapped the ball forward. It's loose. Tarula's there. Takes the game on. Gets the kick away now towards Talbot. He's getting shepherded there by a Drinksman. I don't know if there's a Beaky or a Pakenham person getting himself in the way, but Talbot's still good enough to take the mark. So left-hand back pocket, Talbot goes short towards Guan. He could have played on, decides to go back over his mark. So important time of the game here for Pakenham. They need to respond. After a dominating second quarter and the first goal to Fry, looked the way it was going of Pakenham, but 3 goals to Beaconsfield and the game's wide open. The kick forward there by Guan was ineffective. Mitchum cut it off, got the hand pass to Scott Meyer. The ball came off the boot, not looking too good. Has the mark been paid inside defensive 50? It has. Taking a good mark there was the Moray Eel as he brings it across the face of goal. Into the pocket where he finds Tonks. He can get it over the top towards Guan. Cairns is also there as an option. Holding on to it for a while there, Tonks now has to go long, looking for his coach in O'Brien. Playing in the defensive zone this afternoon, O'Brien gets around with Slicky, goes long. The option there is Wheeler. Wheeler's taking the mark now on the half-forward line. Wheeler's around, usually good by foot. No one's putting any pressure on him, so he goes long inside forward 50. No one at home there for the Lions. Sliding into the contest was Battaglan. Got the ball out towards Pollard. Now Jaden G kicks the ball long, but only as far as O'Brien. It's a terrible kick out of defensive 50. O'Brien goes long inside forward 50, looking for Fisher. And Jason Fisher's taking a good mark there. G was the one who's turned the ball over, couldn't get back on his opposition opponent, and Jason Fisher, the interleague representative, will line up for a shot on goal. Be kicking this from about 45 metres out on a pretty slight angle. The afternoon sun just setting here at Tumac Reserves. Still a beautiful afternoon for footy.
Yeah, and the shade starting to come across the ground from everything, and the more people are coming out here to enjoy the football and your broadcasting, Kane.
In comes Fisher from 45 metres out, goes for goal. The ball has come back nicely. The umpire's fallen over. It's all happening here at Tumac Reserve, but the goal's been paid. Great work there by Fisher. I don't know if the crowd was celebrating the goal. The umpire falling over. Fisher has kicked Pakenham 6. They go to 6-5-41, bringing the margin back to 20 points. Great goal there from Jason Fisher.
It was, and it was well set up from the back line by Pakenham. They brought it out nicely and kept control of the ball.
That's it. They're able to move the ball a bit freely around the ground a bit more now. Once they've got it out of defence, they're really able to push it. It's bringing it out of defence that's sort of holding them up at the moment.
Meyer gets wrapped up in a strong tackle there by Leonard. Gets a hand pass over to Kerrigan, who shoots a hand pass out towards Morris. He's got plenty of run. The young fella kicks the ball inside forward 50. Didn't float too well off the boot. Allowed Valeg to take the mark. Or so it's Moray's taking the mark. He plays on, runs himself into some trouble, then kicks it out looking for Holmes. Will he keep the ball in close to the boundary line? He couldn't do so. It's those sort of momentum-changing plays by Pakenham. They're just missing their teammates and not causing turnovers as such, but going against the game plan, I would think. So the ball's going to be thrown in. Big pack of players around the football. 20 points the margin in favour of Beaconsfield on 97.7 FM. Given that don't argue there was Dowler. Slips over, gets his hand pass away. Now he shoots it out. Getting wrapped up in a strong tackle there was Adam Amore, or Moray maybe, but the ball's going to be thrown up on the half-forward line for Beaconsfield. Doing the ruck work there was Dowler. Couldn't tap it out. Talbot goes in. So does Damien Holmes. The kick around the bodies. Loose there for Albany. He's got plenty of space here. He takes the run, kicks the ball long. Sliding in, taking a good mark on the chest there was Wheeler. Slides into the contest and plays on quickly. Inside forward 50 to Jake Smith. Wow, they made football look easy there, Pakenham. They took the ball from the half-back line into the forward line where Smith's taken the mark on his chest. Coach O'Brien must be thinking, that's how easy it can be, boys. Transition football at its best. Great play by Wheeler to slide in and take the mark and then run and play on quickly. Jake Smith could be the key here for the Lions. He's kicked 2. Back-to-back goals in the second. He's looking for goal number 3 and to bring the margin back to 14 points. In comes Smith now from only 30 metres out. Jake Smith has kicked it across the face. Will the mark be paid to Pollard? It will be. So no score's been recorded. Pollard is marked on the last line of defence. We need to bring it out here, social club side of the ground. He goes long. Bode's going to be the option. Bode flies high. The juggling attempt will be paid to Trula. No, umpire's called play on. Hand passes it out there to O'Brien. The kick around the body. Is this ball flat or something? It's not floating correctly at all. Trisson couldn't take the mark. The ricochet falls to Talbot. Entry inside forward 50 and Smith has taken the mark. Well, this is better play by Pakenham in the last 5 minutes. Quick ball movement, allowing their small forward to get in front. Taking the mark was Smith there in front of Modica. His last attempt just missed. Didn't even make the distance. This time, the margin at 20 points. He can make it 14 for goal number 3. He's a little rock star in Pakenham, Jake Smith. one of the products of junior football down here at Tumac Reserve. In he comes Jake Smith. Never looked like he was walking in straight there. That ball's gone across the face and through for one behind. So that ends their runs of 3 direct goals. They go to 6-6-42, the Lions, trailing by 19 points against Beaconsfield. The long kick coming all the way into the centre square. Amaya's taken the mark. It's a hand pass to Miss Slicky. Bode's going to be the option here on the half-forward line. Bode can get the ball over to Johnston. No, it's been ignored. So Bode has the ball. A young developing senior player in his 7th game for the club. Bode on centre wing, he goes long. Taylor Joyce has taken his eyes off the football. McDermott gets the ball on the bounce. Joyce has it from 40 metres out. Joyce sets sail for goal. It hasn't floated correctly at all. There's something wrong with this football as Lehman gets the ball on the back line. Shoots a hand pass out to Truua. In 2 minds, has to go back out towards the outer side. Kicks it to a one-on-one contest. Flying high, Morris couldn't take the mark. Trying to get the ball out is Tonks. He's got Verlegan support. Tonks couldn't get it out. Morris did. Gets a hand pass to Amore. He's been wrapped up in a strong tackle. The umpire says play on. Players diving on top of the football. The French Croissant there. Croissant gets the ball out. Nice work there by Pakenham. They clear it towards centre wing, but reading the play nicely there was G. He's taken the mark there against Williams. He goes inside the centre square where the ball's taken the mark. Kerrigan goes short. Taking the mark there is Daniel Johnson. The Twins combining well. Bowd still by himself on the half-forward line. Bode could be the option. It's actually Stewart with the football. So Stewart goes to another young charger in Dowd. McDermott pushes off his opponent, leads into the pocket. Joyce could be the option there as well. So he's been called to play on. Goes back towards Stewart. A young Stingray. And Bailey just having a chat to the crowd. The kick coming into the pocket there from Stewart. Taylor Joyce was caught out of position. The banana coming from Daniel Johnston. And that hasn't even registered a score. The left foot banana going out of bounds on the full. So 14 points the margin, boys. Halfway through this third quarter. Around the grounds with Bryce.
Thanks, Kane. Just a score coming through from Robert Booth Reserve. Hampton Park 3-9-27 and Tooradin 10-7-67. All the scores still the same. Cranbourne are in front by 8 goals and Narry Warren by 7.
This is good team build up here by the Lions. Lehman's pass towards centre wing. Williams couldn't take the mark. The ball's been punched towards some Beaconsfield players there. Lehman shoots the hand pass out. Gawan's there. Cleans it up nicely. Hand pass towards Holmes. Oh, his hand pass though was being cut off by Maslicki. Has he been held onto it? No, the umpire says play on. Amore goes by hand. Back there towards Kerrigan who couldn't collect the football. Players diving on top of it here. Going in there, Damien Johnson. He's been wrapped up and slung. That should have been holding the football. Wasn't paid. No clear possession here on the half-back line for Pakenham. Beaconsfield go in once again. Dodsworth tries to slide his way out of the traffic. Couldn't do so. He's been wrapped up and the ball's going to be thrown up.
Well, the umpire let that go, didn't he? There's probably about 5 free kicks, so I thought I haven't paid, but I'm not going to pay any.
Yeah, a little bit inconsistent.
Yep.
You would say.
Having a look at Pakenham's defence as well, Steve O'Brien looks to be playing a loose man in defence at the moment as well to really shut down Beaconsfield's forward press.
There's about 15 players around this football. Plying the tackle there was Blake on Kerrigan. Kerrigan's hand pass was cut off there by Guan. He's broken 2 tackles. He couldn't break the third. The umpire says play on. The kick coming out there by Trua was cut off there by Brown. Still just outside forward 50 for Beaconsfield. Well, you wouldn't want to time capsule this passage of play.
No.
If the Martians are coming down, they wouldn't quite know what was happening here. It's been a weird about 5 minutes to play. We haven't seen a goal since the 13-minute mark. The ball's now loose. Overrunning it there was Tressant. He couldn't collect it. Swarcher, there's something wrong with this football. No one wants to pick it up. Now Beaconsfield do. McDermott gets the football there. The kick around. The body goes across the face. The hand pass coming there from Stewart. But McDermott couldn't kick it. 9-8-62 the Eagles. Back to a 20-point margin. 19 minutes of play in this third quarter. Bailey's down at ground level. Your thoughts, Bailey?
Jason Fisher for Pakenham boys has just come off with what looks to be a broken finger. He's just having it strapped now by the trainers, but I'll see if he gets back out in the ground.
That's going to be a tough loss for them too, and a very disappointing injury at this time of the year.
So the toasted croissant does well to Morey, then runs up to receives the hand pass. Oh, his kick brings rain, but O'Brien's there to mark, couldn't do so. Nicely, he's pressured out of it by Stewart. A loose football towards True. Was that a throw? No. Brown stands up, gets a hand pass to Stewart. He's gone with the banana of the right foot. McDermott couldn't quite bring it in, and that ball's gone through for a point. 9-9-63 the Eagles. 21 points the margin.
Yeah, it depends on what finger it is. If it's one of his middle fingers, they'll just strap it together and get him back out there. There's not much you can do for a broken finger.
Short pass of a leg. He goes short to Talbot. Running pass, received the hand pass. There's his captain, Blake. So he brings it out here looking for Wheeler. In some space, he collects the football nicely. Corralled there by Jesse Lincoln. So short pass looking for Anning. Couldn't collect it. Blake goes in. Swajar's there as well. Mitchum's in there for Beaconsfield. Going through there was Blake, who's wrapped up by a strong tackle by Swajar. Well, you wouldn't want to meet those two boys if they were in a dark alley, would you? Talbot and Swajar. So Meyer against Fisher. Fisher's back on the ground, taps down to Slicky, brought to ground, strong tackle by Blake, not rewarded, it should have been. Anning goes through, gets a hand pass there to Lehman, in some space, kicks it out there for a leading. Holmes bouncing football now, he's got the space against Dodsworth. Dodsworth was favoured by the bounce, they do battle, loose football there. Alberni just runs over it, allows the Beaconsfield player Morris into the contest. He's just overcooked his pass though, looking for Mitchum. And the man with the broken finger, Fisher's taken the mark. Inside the centre square, Fisher, careful by foot, finds the toasted Croissant. Croissant's got the football now, the centre of Tumac Reserve. He goes short, flying high. Smith through his hands, he couldn't claim the mark. Coming up to sock it off the ground there was Lincoln's. The ball's now loose. The ball, Kerrigan collects the football, gives it, don't argue, gets the hand pass to Miss Slicky. He can go short or go long. He's gone to a 3-on-1 contest. McDermott flies, would have been a free kick if Fisher hadn't have taken the mark. Got in the back there of Verleg. The umpire's going to call it back to Verleg. Okay. Politically umpiring correctly there. Verleg did receive the free kick, so could have just ignored it and got on with the game like we all want, but no. Verleg got his free kick and he's got it now. So we go short to Fisher. A relevant bit of play there by the umpire.
That would have only just been 15 metres too, boys. That looked very short.
Fisher goes short. Tressant has got some work done on his sleeve through the week by looks of things. He was a player of the game last week. Was a real game turner in that win against Turidan. He goes inboard to Morey. He takes the mark, runs away from Joyce. Long penetrating kick towards Holmes on the lead. And he's taken the mark on his chest there, Damien Holmes. Too far out, the score is going in the pocket looking for Fry. Baddickland in the best position to punch the ball away. The second effort was good, but he won't be able to keep the ball in play. Holmes went with the spear pass. He just needed to wait it just a little bit to allow Fry to have the position there against Baddickland. Baddickland had the front position, needed to go over the top.
Yep.
21 points to margin here. 20 minutes gone of this third quarter. Throw in. Fry doing the ruck, taps it down. Beaconsfield trying to clear it now. Adam Amore does well. Gets the ball away. Brown flies high. Couldn't claim the mark. Doing the roving was Verleg. Gets a hand pass there to Moore. They look like brothers. The short pass out there towards Tonks, who's marked defensive side of centre wing. Kicks it back to where it came from. Loose football, but there's three Pakenham players there. Verleg gets the hand pass to Guana. What a beautiful blind turn. The sort of moves you see on a nightclub dance floor. Kicks it long. Tresson couldn't take the mark. Stewart was there. Coming through Smith. His hand pass misses its target. Sliding over the top of it was Swaja. Was there a free kick? Not paid. Amore's there. Does well. Breaks a tackle. The kick around the body. Oh, frustration. You can hear it from the Beaconsfield coach's box as Morey takes the mark at centre half back. He brings it out now towards Tonks. Off the half back line with plenty of space. Tonks usually good by foot. Bouncing football hard for Williams. Collects it. Then gets his boot away. Smith got out of position there. Allowed Monica to take the mark at centre half back.
Very interesting contest that's been down back as well, Smith and Monica.
Monica goes to another 3-on-1 contest there. McDermott outnumbered. The numbers here of the Lions. So Fisher gets the hand pass there to Tarua. Needs to be a good pass. It is. Bernie can run onto it. Got plenty of pace. He run down. Still gets his kick away. Holmes takes the mark and played on straight away. G was there. Wrapped him up. Brought him over the boundary line. The ball to be thrown in.
He wanted to go back and claim that mark. He's taken half a dozen steps and he threw his hands in the air as if to say, I've taken that mark. He's run off, played on and wanted to go back behind his mark. So very disappointing play there.
Yes, I agree with you there, Trent. It was a reaction to being tackled, wasn't it? Meyer taps it down to Swaja. He couldn't get the disposal away. The hand pass coming out there from Beaconsfield, cut off there by Lenders. The kick coming forward there by Holmes. A beautiful smother. Was that Mitchum? I think it was. That was a diving attempt on the football. He put his head where most people wouldn't dare tread, and that ball's gone out of bounds. So score check. Yes, Jared, 26 points to margin.
It's just like you're taught as a kid. Don't put your head where you should put your backside.
Exactly right. Now, I've got the scoreboard completely different here at Pakenham. the hand pass coming there from Mitchum, going through Taylor Joyce, runs through the square, the kick off the side of the boots, an ugly mongrel punt. Dalla goes and has a fresh airy. Guan's there once again. He likes the blind turn, this Guan. He now kicks it out there looking for Anning. He needs to collect it. Here comes the collision. Oh, he breaks the tackle of Dodsworth too easy. Jack Anning gets a hand pass to Morey. He'll go back to Anning. No, he kicks it long. Turning his back on the play there was O'Brien. Coming up to meet it was Pollard. He didn't collect it. O'Brien sweeps a hand pass to Corey Lenders. But they run down from behind. Lenders, is that holding the football? No. The ball spills out to Pollard. His hand pass being cut off there by Williams. Williams from 30 metres out has kicked the goal. Was it touched? I don't think so. Great work there by Jake Williams. That's a real goal against the Tide and has brought the margin back here to 15 points.
Well, it's good that someone finally kicked the goal because the ball's been going between the two half-forward lines, really, and nothing's been happening much. So it was good that they finally broke through Beaconsfield half-back line into the goal square. Yes, it was an Evan hand pass by Pollard that gave him that bit of assistance.
Terrible hand pass.
Oh, no, hit him on the chest.
Oh, well, yeah, the execution of the actual hand pass was fine, but the direction and the player he picked out was ordinary. Trent, how are you seeing it?
It's going to be interesting to see, Kane, because you've got a different scoreboard to the actual scoreboard, so we might see another controversial finish at the end of this game, and we just seem to bring it with us with Casey Radio.
Education stops at officer.
Enough of that, please, Bryce.
Can you offend any more people? You offended me. You just offended the whole postcode of 3810. Kerrigan, he can run to 40 metres out. The ball sets sail for goal off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full.
I do have some around the grounds.
We're not interested in you at the moment, Bryce. Quickly.
Okay, Dufton 4-10-34, Cranbourne 10-7-67 and Rock 3-1-19 to Narry Warren 10-11-71.
And Tooradin is shellacking Hampton Park.
67-27.
Yep, 40 points the margin there in favour of the Seagulls. So Holmes has the ball inside defensive 50. That's a nice pass. Finds Williams on the lead, confident after kicking a nice goal. Hand pass to Blake. Spearing pass, looking for Anning. Couldn't claim the mark. Only played for the free kick. It wasn't there. Coming through was Alberni, who socketed the ball forward. And there goes the siren. So it's irrelevant anyway. We'll have to check the three-quarter time scores here because mine is different to what's on the scoreboard. I've got it as 9-9-63 to 7-6-48. My scoreboard looks right. We'll see if they've got it right here. That quarter gone 26 minutes. The quarter time score is Beaconsfield leading by 15 points. 9-9-63 to 7-6-48.
Kane, it's 9 goals to 7.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yep. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just confirming it for you.
Thank you. It's definitely 9 goals. I think they missed the goal from Taylor Joyce or something. I'm not sure. It will be updated soon. What an interesting quarter to go.
It was.
Pakenham's responded after trailing by 30 points at the first quarter. They have brought it back now to only 15 points. They are kicking to the goal scoring end, as we know. So far in this game, we have only seen the 4 goals kicked towards the junior end. So going on that, Pakenham could have the run home here and with plenty of momentum. Our boundary rider Bailey's going out to the Beaconsfield huddle. Kane Hughes seems to be getting worse as the days continued. It's a nasty quad injury, I think, that he's got. And we know for Pakenham, Jake Barclay is also injured with an ankle injury. So they're the 2 main injuries out of the game so far. Otherwise, they look to be pretty fit. We know Jake Smith had some question marks about him, but he came back and played some pretty good football during that third quarter. So the umpires are just meeting. We'll get Bryce to give us some three-quarter time scores shortly. The umpires are still looking at it going, no, yes, no, maybe, not
what
right.
What do you think? I'm not sure.
Have you got this? I've got that. So we'll wait to see. They're not moving.
No.
Oh, hang on. The scoreboard attendants are looking to already change the score. So we'll wait here. But
maybe they're listening to us and they heard us.
Apparently you can't pick up 97.7 in Pakenham. So
you can on the TuneIn radio app, hence the delay on taking that number 8 down.
And you've just abused everybody.
No, that's all right. Now in the AFL, it's the Blues by 3 points, 21-minute mark.
Hang on, I don't think it's all right you abusing anybody, Bryce.
No, I didn't. I meant I didn't say it was all right. I'm not abusing anyone, so just give it a break. Okay, good.
You just said that no one's educated past officer, but anyway. Hey, it's better than what you said at the other venue, wasn't it, when you started calling people drop punts, all right? So just get on with it.
Okay, having a look at the scores, the MCG, 17-7, 109 That is the Blues to 16-10-106. May have their first win.
Yeah, second win of the season.
Second win of the season. And round 9, just very quickly, Doveton 34, Cranbourne 67, Rock 19, Narry Warren 71, and Hampton Park 27 to Tooradin Delmore 67.
So Rock struggling to score again against the tough opposition. We're going to cross down to the three-quarter time address from Beaconsfield's premiership coach, Clint Evans. A family-friendly warning: if you do have young ones in the car or at home listening in, there might be some choice language. We apologise in advance. His team is leading by 15 points. They've updated the score 9-9-63 to 7-6-48. This is Clint Evans' address at three-quarter time.
Because they are just trying to chip up through the midfield. Right, the back line, I just spoke to them, but it's on ballers, it's forwards, it's everyone. You have to have one. Even if it's not your opponent, you've got to go to him. Whoever's closest, you go, and that just comes back to boys and helping each other out. Right, but don't spectate. We're still spectating, thinking that the opponent's not going to get it. Right, I speak about on the toes all the time. Said if the ball is 100 metres away, all right, you have got to be like that on your opponent. I know your legs are probably going to be hurting, but you've got to do it. All right, because that's what they're doing, and that's where they're breaking us up. All right, they're chipping away, and we're giving our opponents, 2 or 3 metres, and that's all they need. All right, when we kick a point, same thing. It's that work rate. All right, you've got to get one. Still too many times there's 1 or 2 loose, and they're just chipping straight through. All right, get to one. All right, I know it hurts.
Push through,
all right,
boys, come on.
It's going to hurt more, right, if you let it slip.
Come on, boys, come
on.
Come on, boys.
30 minutes. Rightio.
Don't regret,
Jotty
boys,
back, Lockie, Jesse, Polly, Jaden. Jordan go up onto the wing. Right, Damo, Dan, Bailey go half forward. Okay, Joycey, T-Mac, Bowdy, Bo, Damo, Scotty, Slicker, Tice, Adzi, Brownie and Keza.
Come on, boys, come on.
15 points to margin. It's been confirmed our score was right. 7-6-48 to 9-9-63. At least somebody can keep the scores here. Really happens every week. Jared, I've got to keep it myself because we don't know what's going on.
Anecdotal evidence to what I was saying before.
You've got volunteers up in the scoreboard. So
I know. They do a great job.
They're trying to do it. They're doing it tough.
Yeah, I know.
Doing it tough.
It's hard.
It is.
It's hard. We haven't seen Trent Knight for a while. Trent, are you with us?
Yes, I am, guys. I've just made my way down to the boundary in the absence of Bailey. He's off to warmer weather, but no, down on the boundary and very excited for what should be a very highly anticipated last quarter.
So Meyer misses the tap down. Holmes is there. The ball's gone out. Beaconsfield's favour. The kick coming once again from Mislicky. Probably his 10th clearance. They get the ball to centre half forward. Morris throws the ball out. So does Johnson. No free kick was paid. Loose at centre half back. Blake collects the football now. Finds Lehman. They need their leaders to stand up. The kick there towards Toussaint on the lead. The juggling attempt mark's been paid. Inside the centre of Tumac Reserve. Toussaint could go to Fisher. That lead's ignored, so he decides to go long into the pocket where Smith will have G going back. Can't take the mark. His roving's pretty good. Can he get the hand pass away? Is he wrapped up? Is that holding the football? No. Jaden G's hand pass into space has missed its target. Holmes will be there. Oh, collision of bodies. That was tough and courageous. Both players have stayed down. The ball's still loose at the half forward line for Pakenham. Can they get it out? Lenders is in there. Then the ball spills out there towards Lincolns, who's just kicked the ball into space on centre wing. It's going to be a foot race. Guan and Bode. The young fellas go at it. Bode decides to let that ball go over the boundary line. I think Darren Holmes is coming off with what appears to be a shoulder injury. Yep. His shoulder may have actually popped out of place. Yeah. The Beaconsfield player, is it Dodsworth? I'm not too sure. He's still in the hands of trainers. He's got up now. It's actually young Jaden G in the hands of trainers. So that was a heavy collision between two boys with their head over the football. Tonks drops the mark on the half back line. Swage is there, receives the hand pass. Entry inside forward, 50 to Dowler. The juggling attempt, he couldn't take the mark. The umpire says play on. The Pakenham player there for leg did very nicely. Got Tonks in space. He runs to full distance and kicks it long. Lincoln flies, punches the ball away, but only as far as Lehman. He breaks a tackle. Lehman's going to be run down by Meyer. Is that a push in the back? No, that's holding the football. Advantage has been paid now to Stewart. Two players are coming off in the hands of trainers. We'll get to Trent shortly. Looks like Lehman saw after that tackle as well. Beaconsfield had players loose on the half forward line. Taking the mark there was Stewart, who's found Morris, the first gamer, at centre half forward. players lead in the pocket. It's Taylor Joyce. Can Taylor get it? Bouncing football now. Joyce collects it. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Gets his hand pass there. One of the small men for Beaconsfield. It's all Pakenham. Lenders gets the hand pass there to Morey. The kick around the foot, around the body. Cut off there by Stewart. But Blake does very nicely. Stewart should have collected the football, but he couldn't. The long kick there from Blake all the way to the half-forward line where Wheeler's got the speed. He taps the ball in front of him. Chasing after him there was Lincolns. Can they keep the ball in? No, Wheeler does well. He's got the ball over the boundary line. No change to the score. 15 points the margin.
For your supporters?
Yeah, little fan club. Got to have them. Start them young.
We have a listener listening in London, gentlemen. Someone listening in on the streaming.
I'd be doing
United Kingdom, isn't
Well,
it?
if I was in London, I'd be doing something better than listening to my voice, that's for sure. Hopefully you're enjoying it over there next to Big Ben. Tap down there by Meyer. Can Beaconsfield get the clearance? No, once again, it's Pakenham with Wheeler. Usually good by foot, never wastes the disposal. Kicked out of Toussaint, brought to ground by Dodsworth. He's into his back. The umpire says no, the ball's going to be thrown up. Now, there was an incident about 2 or 3 minutes ago, Trent. Damien Holmes and also G came off for Beaconsfield. Any reports from ground level?
Just trying to chase it up now.
All right.
In the hands of trainers.
Okay, you're going very quiet there, Trent, so I don't know why.
Taking us closer than ever before.
Yes, that was quite funny and creepy all at the same time. I liked it, Trent.
Deep.
No, don't get too carried away.
No one takes us closer than Trent Knight does when he's on the boundary. He's the best in the business. Not taking anything away from Bailey, but Trent just does his best work on that white line. Tap down. Mitchum couldn't get the ball out.
It's like
and
a
the pack's formed.
like a jungle cat.
A jungle cat.
Jungle cat.
That's what Stephen J. Pegg says.
So doing the ruck work now is Meyer. Beaconsfield are quite happy if this is a tight contest for 30 minutes and they get the win. Rislicky, hand pass to himself, then found himself in space to kick the ball long. It's up and under. They fly. Nice punch away there by Alberni. The ball's now loose. Swaja couldn't collect it and it's gone out of bounds. Just forward of centre wing. My fan club's getting younger and younger as I look around. They're enjoying the commentary here on 97.7 FM. They're not too sure what's going on, but they like it. So the ball's going to be thrown in. Doing the ruck work there is Fisher. He punches as far as he could kick it, but Lincoln's was there. The kick around the body is a worm burn up. Johnston won't be able to collect the football there on centre wing. We're going to see the ball thrown up.
Yeah, it's this last quarter, isn't it?
It is
Not
indeed.
much happening at all.
No, it's been pretty stagnant. Not a lot happening. You're right, Jared. We've gone nearly 5 minutes and we haven't seen a score. The margin's still 15 points in favour of Beaconsfield. You would think the next goal might just split this game open, and it's the Lions with the run. Good kick inside forward 50 there coming from Lehman. Battaglan comes up to meet the football, tries to break the tackle, hand passes to Brown, back to Battaglan, usually pretty trusty by foot, he just bangs it away, up they fly, no one can mark the loose football. Mitchum's there, he gets the hand pass towards his captain Mislicky, in 2 minds, decides to shoot the hand pass there towards Daniel Johnston. He can take a bounce, he can take a second bounce now as he runs through the centre of Tumac Reserve. He sets sail for goal, can't quite get the distance. Joyce flies, Morey slipped over, allowed Joyce to pick up the crumbs and kick around the body. Oh, that's disappointing result there for the Pakenham defence. They just slipped the tackle when they needed to land it. Taylor Joyce has kicked a goal in every quarter in this match. He's kicked 4, and they go to 10-9-69. Leading Pakenham 7-6-48. The margin back out to 21 points. Still plenty of time left, Jared, but it's going to be hard from here.
Yeah, Moyer's got up limping, so whether that's just feeling sorry for yourself, limp, or he's just something hurt himself and not too sure.
Yeah, he's probably just torn his heart muscle.
Yeah, but the ball's in the middle again. They're really racing through these ball-ups, Kane, so we've got to be on our toes.
We do.
Boys, just a quick update from Pakenham's rooms. Holmes has come off with what looks to be a fractured collarbone, so he was favouring that left shoulder coming off the ground, but after speaking to the trainers and the doctors in there, it looks like he's done a fractured collarbone on his left side, so that's possibly a season-ending injury.
So the kick went up and under there from Stewart, and he done his own roving from his own kick. You don't see that too often. Gets the ball out to the half-back line there. Tarua tries hard to keep the ball going forward for Pakenham. Couldn't do so. Willer's wrapped up in a strong tackle. The umpire's letting it go, and it's gone out of bounds. I think there might be a free kick in this. There is. It's gone the way of Pakenham, and Wheeler takes the free kick. Fisher's there at centre wing. He takes the mark on his chest. Hand pass to the running Lehman. He goes short, looking for Anning. He couldn't take the mark. Lehman's there. Gets the hand pass back towards Anning. He'll probably go back to Lehman. No, Anning's been wrapped up. Is that holding the football? It's been penalised as a throw or incorrect disposal. So Beaconsfield will take the free kick. Lincoln's has the free kick nearly at centre half forward. Dalla's leading to the pocket. That's the way it's gone. Looking for Dalla. True will need to stand strong. Gets his hand to bring the ball to ground. Does his own roving. His hand pass has been cut off. Sockering off the ground there was Dalla. I don't know why he didn't bend over to pick up the football. He had more time than what he realised. And he
Too far
socketed it
away
wide,
from
and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Didn't want to bend down.
No. Doesn't like bending over too much, says Bo Dowler. So Morey takes the free kick. He goes long. Fisher can fly. Goes with the one hand, needed to. Alberni's there. He can go back by hand towards Talbot. Misses its target, but Talbot has some time. He collects it now. Gives it, don't argue. Wrapped up in a strong tackle. Johnston to Johnston. The kick forward. All by himself in the goal square there was Dowler. Oh, that's pretty lucky by Beaconsfield. Damien Johnson applied the tackle. The ball spilled to Daniel Johnston. Long penetrating kick to Bo Dowler all by himself in the goal square. That turnover's turned out to be costly. The margin is 21 points, Jared. This will make it 27, and that's all she wrote here for Pakenham, you would think.
Yeah, the way the game's been going, if he kicks this one, you think it's could be good night.
So Dowler's kicked his third.
Going to make it very hard for Pakenham now, the way this game's been played at the moment.
Well, we can't forget that they were 8 goals down against Berwick and took it to the line, but this game's definitely flown a little bit different to that. And the man with the porn star name, Bo Dallas, kicked 3. And the margin's now 27 points. We have gone 9 minutes of the final quarter here on 97.7 FM.
And that's Fry in the ruck now for Pakenham.
Got to stand up over the crowd here at Pakenham. Fry, jumps early. Trying to grab out of the ruck there was Meyer. Couldn't do so. The ball spills to Swaja. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle there by Williams. Going through, looks like it was Talbot. He was wrapped up in a strong tackle.
That's good. I want to see Fry's ruck style again.
He goes early.
He does, very early.
So up he goes. Oh, he's read that one a little bit better than Meyer. Punches as far as Batterglin, who just punches the ball forward. Meyer tries the bump and then collects the football. The quick kick out of the contest. McDermott couldn't take the mark. Going through was Morris. He gets wrapped up strongly. The ball spills out there towards Swaja. Back by hand to Lincolns. Hand pass out now towards Dodsworth, who slips over. Has to go quickly by hand to Meyer. Collects the bouncing football. There's a big man. A long penetrating kick inside forward. 50. Joyce has the front position, but couldn't mark. Wheeler was there. He collects the football. Hand pass into a dangerous position for Valeg. He gets it out to Guan. Quick kick forward. Those being cut off there by Stewart, who plays on quickly. He can go short. Now he goes into the pocket, hoping to find a teammate there. It looks like it's McDermott, close to the boundary line. The hand pass there by McDermott was cut off. He's a chance to get the football there once again. Couldn't do so. Stewart sees the ball over the boundary line.
Yeah, it was a bit of a handball, bit of volleyball, wasn't it, Brycey?
Just an update in the AFL. The Blues have won by 4 points. Of course, their second win for the season and first win here in Australia.
Magnificent.
110 to 106.
Well, they won the week that Chris Judge retired. It's taken a great man to retire before they could play some decent football. Work that out. So Beaconsfield the numbers once again. The quick forward left a lot to be desired. It's loose on the half forward line. The hand pass gets shot out there nicely to the ball. Kerrigan. Kerrigan's taken 2. He gets the hand pass over to Taylor. Give it back to Kerrigan. No, he shot it out to Taylor Joyce in a very difficult position, but Taylor Joyce doesn't let his teammates down. Kicking goal number 5. Yep, it's definitely all over now. The first 3 goals of this final term's gone the way of Beaconsfield. 12-9-81, the Eagles. Joyce has 5. They lead now by 33 points, back out of the quarter-time lead. So for all Pakenham's hard work, they're still trailing like they were at quarter-time. We have gone 12 minutes of the final quarter, Jared.
Yeah, they seem to have lost all their run that they built up over the second and third quarters. I'm wondering, Trent, if you're able to go over to Beaconsfield and find out about Mr. G. What's happened to Jaden G?
Will do. Just some disappointing news to come from Pakenham's bench with Holmes. It is definitely a fractured collarbone on his left side, so disappointing signs for Pakenham from their bench. Holmes possibly out for the year.
Having done that injury myself, I do know how painful it is. He won't be able to go to the toilet properly for about 6 or so weeks. He won't be able to wipe his behind with that sort of injury. It's quite
debilitating.
Thank you, Jared. I'm becoming tongue-tied here late in the final quarter.
It's a green jacket.
It is. So Kerrigan goes in, but the ball comes forward out there for Pakenham. Trailing the ball back there was Batterglin. Oh, there's a Pakenham player gone down pretty seriously behind play. He hasn't moved. No one's actually remonstrated with Dodsworth, who's made the hit. I don't think that Pakenham player is conscious at the moment. So Morris has the football at centre half back. He kicks it long there looking for Bode. He tries to collect it. The umpire's not going to pay it. He's been penalised for holding the football. Well, he wouldn't pay the similar situation before. They paid that one, so Pakenham is still a chance. The Pakenham players in quite a serious bit of pain at the moment. This game should really be stopped because this ball could land on the injured player. Fry has it at centre half forward. He goes along the side forward. 50. Blake needs to take the mark. Courageous effort there by the captain. Where's the umpire to go and stop the game? This young Pakenham player.
I think they have to wait till the actual stretcher comes out. I'm not sure who it is. I think
it might be for leg. They need to call for a stretcher to stop the play. It's ludicrous. It's a ridiculous situation here at Tumac Reserve. They're going to allow Blake to have the shot on goal.
They were behind time, weren't they? The umpires so they want to keep it moving.
I don't want to put anyone in, but it looks like it's for leg on the ground. So from 45 metres out, the Pakenham captain that keeps some life in this game couldn't do
they're
so.
Stopping it. Now the kick out's going to come.
Yeah.
So have some around the ground scores.
That's their first score
on too.
for this quarter. It's taken them 13 minutes. It's behind 7-7-49. Trailing Beaconsfield 12-9-81. Bryce with some around the ground scores.
Dufton a 14-34 to Cranbourne 10-8-68. Rock a 5-2-32. Narry Warren have kicked to Whale away quite a lot. 14-12-96, so 32-96. And Hampton Park 7-12-52 to Tooradin Delmores 14-13-97. This is the closest game of the round.
And Trent, you're busy down there this quarter, aren't you?
I'm very popular at this ground.
What's happening down there,
had some experience down at this ground before with the attendance in the crowd, but no, I'm just having a quick chat to the Beaconsfield bench. G's wrapped in a towel with the jacket on, so we wouldn't expect him to take much further part in this game today.
You're getting a hard time, are you, Trent?
Just have a look. Who's that Pakenham player who's come off? Is that for leg? 68. Trent?
Pardon?
Who's that player who just come off the ground for Pakenham?
Not too sure at the moment. It looks like Jack Anning. We'll just get... he's gone straight down into the rooms with the trainers and the team manager, so we'll wait to see what comes out of that.
So Trua has the ball on centre wing, goes short there to Wheeler. He goes short inboard there towards Lehman. Fisher's all by himself. He's taken the mark. On the half forward line now. Very stagnant forward line. Is going to be O'Brien on the lead, cutting it off there and taking a nice mark is Modica, who started the game on Jake Smith. Jake Smith probably had the better of him in the end, but has been a little bit gun shy in this final quarter. So Modica, he kicks it long. Dowler a long way from home. He doesn't seem to take those clunk marks very well. It's always a juggling attempt, but that one was paid. So he goes short on a lead there. Oh, McDermott's just given a bit of a ghost elbow there. Really no need to even raise it. He kicks it to the half forward line. Taylor Joyce had 2 to beat. Reading the play nicely was Fry. He's gone back into his defensive role once again. Long penetrating kick. Juggling attempt. Mark, will it be paid? Yes. And that's Pollard there for the Eagles. This game was offering so much at 3/4 time, but 3-0 so far has set up Beaconsfield for a good win at Tumac Reserve. Their second time they've won in as many seasons. As there's more, kicks it inside forward, 50. Joyce will fly from the front, couldn't take the mark. Wheeler's there for the Lions. He can get the hand pass over the top towards Guan. It's actually a kick. Guan drops the mark that he should have taken. Stewart, it's actually Damien Johnson takes him over the boundary line. The ball to be thrown in just outside defensive 50 broadcast side of the ground.
Yeah, it's all the feeling seems to have gone out of this game now, doesn't it? They're just playing like they're running out of time.
Yeah, it does. It's felt like that nearly all day.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Since Beaconsfield kicked those first 5 goals of the game, really take the sting out of it. But for Pakenham's credit, they got themselves back in the game. Maybe they used all their juice levels up there. Moore goes in, gets the hand pass, but threw it out. It should have been paid, but it wasn't. Daniel Johnson's there, the kick around the body, taking the front position there against Joyce was Morey. He's done well to take the mark. So he kicks it out towards the outer side where Williams will have to run after this football. Morris is there to put some pressure on him. Jake Williams does well. Gets the hand pass towards Cairns. Players running past in support. Feigns the hand pass and goes by foot to centre half forward where Cavlott's dropped the mark. He really should have taken. The big man's had a pretty disappointing afternoon against Meyer. I guess Meyer's the best in the competition, so it should be expected. Lenders gets the hand pass to Wheeler, inside forward, 50. Smith was caught out of position there. He had 2 big men to beat, and taking a good mark there was Bataglan.
And Guan's just come off the ground hobbling for Pakenham too, so if he can't go back on, they've got no bench whatsoever now.
A few injuries down there to speak of, Trent. So the kick up towards the half back line there where Meyer takes the mark and provides plenty of run. Fry goes in to apply a bump and Meyer says bring it on. So the ball's on the half forward line. It's been a free kick for a throw.
They play that one. It just sort of picking ones out.
Was that a throw? Was that just a tap?
It did look like a tap, so he's called it a throw, but then Beaky did 2 down here, which they let go. So
very inconsistent, the umpiring today.
Today's been very inconsistent, yes.
So the free kick's gone the way of Beaconsfield. The kick towards centre half forward. Toussaint drops the mark. Diving on top of it there was Lehman. Gets a hand pass to O'Brien, who's been pretty quiet this afternoon, the coach. He kicks it long. Bataclan and Lehman. Lehman uses his body. Cavlot's there. Gets beaten too easily by Pollard, who runs away. Penetrating kick on centre wing. Flying high there was Fisher. Couldn't take the mark. Allowed Stewart to collect the crumbs. He goes short to Swaja. But Johnson's ignored. He goes into the pocket looking for McDermott. He gets pushed to the mark. Neither was paid. And he goes over the boundary line.
Yeah,
that was a pretty big push in the back.
It was a huge push in the back.
But wasn't paid. Doesn't really matter.
No.
17 minutes gone in the final quarter. You're tuned in to KC Radio 97.7 FM. Saturday afternoon local footy. Pakenham now at the numbers. Morey gets a hand past the Willer. Good to see some run in that old legs. He kicks it wide out centre wing for Williams to collect it. Blake runs hard into a good position to take the mark. He goes further afield. Jake Smith was caught at the back. He was about 15 metres behind his opponent. I don't know where the communication was there, but another turnover. So Monica goes towards Dodsworth. Dodsworth collected that Pakenham player who came off in the hands of trainers. There wasn't really any ramifications, so I'm not too sure exactly what happened. Johnston's taken the mark, defensive side of halfback. He goes short, finds the ball. He spends so much time on the bench for rotations for my liking, does the ball. He kicks it high up and under. Stewart will fly from the back. Fisher can't mark, has to do his own roving. Can go by hand there towards Tonks. That's ignored. Goes short there looking for Blake, who slips over, but Wheeler doesn't. He collects the football and breaks the tackle. That 1-2 working nicely there of Lenders. That combination working well for Lions. Wheeler's short pass though has been cut off by the Bull. He takes a bounce. The Bull, he can take a second bounce. Goes to Morris. He's looking for the 1-2. The Bull, he couldn't quite collect it. Applies a strong tackle on Lenders. The umpire says free kick, but advantage has been paid to Blake. The centre half forward. Cavlot comes up, takes a mark, which was nice play. Gets a quick hands to Cairns. Inside forward 50 now. Loose football for Smith. He runs onto it. He usually kicks him from this position. Breaks one tackle. Hand pass to himself and then slips over. The Beaconsfield Chargers come in. Getting it there with Damien Johnston. He goes short looking for Meyer. Can get the hand pass over the top to Mitchum, but decides just to hold it up. The game has really stopped to a crawl now, hasn't it?
Yep.
Mislicki at centre half back. Kicks it out there looking for, looks like it's Pollard. He goes short, back inside defensive 50 to Lincolns. He can go right across the ground to Dodsworth. Goes back to Meyer. Well, Meyer would just be picking up some fantasy score points if it was paid in the local football, because he's just going around picking up the ball at will.
They're just playing keepings off now, aren't they?
are.
Back to Meyer again. These two are waxing now, aren't they?
At the 20-minute mark of the final quarter. Now he'll probably go back into the pocket towards Dodsworth here. No, Meyer decides to go long. That's a little bit better for the spectators that are here. No wonder people get shenanigans on in the car at Pakenham. They get pretty bored watching this style of football, you would think. But O'Brien has it on the half-forward line. Sees two players there inside forward 50. Meyer flies, brings the ball to ground. Brown was there. Shoots a hand pass defensively towards Dodsworth, who now goes short. Sliding in and taking a good mark there is Stewart. There's a Beaconsfield player getting some attention to his quad down there on the interchange bench. There's plenty of whistles going. There's a 50-metre penalty that's been paid. Over officiating here, you would say, against Fisher. And Stewart's taken the free kick from the half, or deep inside the half-back line. It's a very short 50. You wouldn't want to play your real estate from that umpire. Stewart goes short. Dropping the mark there, really unattended, was Pollard, but good enough to do his own cleaning work. He goes short to Mislicki. Mislicki takes a bounce. He can run all the way in here, the captain. Put the icing on the cake for the Premiers. Nice work there by Daniel Mislicki. Doesn't get the opportunity like that to kick easy goals. Good work there by the captain.
And he was well shepherded too. I think it was Joyce, but I'm not too sure.
13-9-87 Beaconsfield. They lead by 28 points there against Pakenham. We've only scored the 1 point in this final quarter. So the margin has gone out there now to 28 points.
Another update from Pakenham's rooms, boys. Anning came off with a very heavy knock to to his jaw. He's got a slight concussion. Won't take any further part in this game. A very light concussion. He'll be sent for X-rays tomorrow morning after speaking with the trainers for a possible chipped jawline. So disappointing injury there. And Barclay's having some serious work on his ankle as well.
Do we know what actually caused the injury as Beaconsfield enter inside forward 50? Will that mark be paid to Dowler? No. Going through there with Stewart. Gets the hand pass there towards Joyce, who's tapped it into the path of Miss Licky, who socketed it off the ground, but no, that ball gets pushed through.
It was a possible head knock. It just got him right on the baseline of his jaw, on the right side of his jaw. So that's a disappointing injury, and if he's got a chip or a fractured jawline, that's possibly another season-ending injury.
So it's actually 38 points the margin here at 2-mark reserve. Bryce, with some around the ground scores?
Not an around the ground the score, Kane, but just a tweet coming through. Nice to be able to relax and enjoy the call on the way home from work. Hashtag car sex.
Who was that from?
Bailey Shaw.
Yeah, it's got to be Bailey.
There's been a free kick, another one, to the joys of the Pakenham crowd here. Fisher will take the free kick. He'll line up. From what, Jared? Do you want to call this one? He's about 40 metres out.
40 metres out, very tight angle, but we saw him kick one over in the opposing pocket at the other end, so he's a good kick.
Geez, for a half a game of football, Pakenham haven't scored a goal. They've scored 4 points.
I'll put the broadcast van on this.
They've scored 4 points in 2 quarters of football. In comes Fisher. He's gone for the extra distance and lucky to even score. So they go to 7-8-50. You're never going to win a game of football if you don't kick a goal for a half. They've scored, including the first quarter and the final quarter so far, they've scored 5 behinds.
Yes, Scotty Moore again, another kick.
In that time, Beaconsfield have scored 9 goals, and that's the difference here this afternoon. So taking the mark still inside centre half back is Batterglin. He's calling Stewart to lead for him. Now the young Stingray will have to go. Oh, too much space there in the end. He just blew his opponent away to take the mark on his chest. Growing in confidence, you can see. Returning from the break, there's definitely been no cobwebs for Beaconsfield. Stewart's long pass to Dowler, couldn't claim the mark. Another Pakenham player's gone down to limp. That's for leg. The ball comes to Kerrigan. He takes the bounce. He runs away from Blake. He's taken 3. He's nearly going to fall over, so he kicks it. Bouncing football. Reading it nicely there was Tonks. He can turn around and use cans. No, he decides to kick it out towards the outer side where Williams will need to go. Closing in there will be a more. The hand pass coming through from Lenders. Kick around the body now by Lenders. Fisher gets a push in the back. That would have to be a free kick, not paid once again. The inconsistencies are driving people mad. Pollard by hand to Meyer. Takes a bounce. He just lopes around and kicks it long. Oh, McDermott flies. He was never going to take the mark. That was courageous by Lenders. McDermott looks to be injured. Another casualty in this contest. They're falling down everywhere, the players. The short pass coming out of defensive 50 there by Tonks has found Corey Lenders. He can bring it inboard towards Cavlott. That lead was ignored, so he decides to go looking for Williams. Was that a push in the back? The umpire's really letting some decisions go there. I don't think any players have a back in this final quarter.
I think it's more time saving. I just don't want to stop playing.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
We're behind time. We need to be out of here by 5 o'clock, so don't pay any free kicks is the motto by the umpire in this final quarter. So Mitchum, he can go back inside defensive 50. No, decides to go long to a one-on-one contest on the outer side. Pakenham seem to have numbers around this contest. If they can clear it, they can't. It was well held in there by the Beaconsfield player at the bottom of that pack, trying to see who it was. Amore's there, and there goes the siren. Well, that quarter only going 25 minutes.
It's all about timing now.
It is, yep.
Lackluster end to the game, actually.
So the margin here, we have it as 38 points. Beaconsfield 13-10-88 have defeated Pakenham 7-8-50. I'll get that confirmed. So Pakenham 7-8-50 have lost to Beaconsfield 13-10-88. 38-point victory there to the Eagles. In that quarter, Beaconsfield kicked 4 goals to 2 behinds. The goals in that quarter, Joyce kicked 2, Dowler and Mislicki. Joyce finished the game with 5 goals. Dowler finished with 3. McDermott had 3. Kerrigan and also Mislicki kicked the goal for Pakenham. We had 2 to Smith, 2 to Fry, 1 to Toussaint, Fisher and Williams. Trent Knight's gone out to ground level. Will he grab us a interview with one of the players?
So I do, Kane. I'm joined by Bailey Morris, the debutant from Beaconsfield. Bailey, a very impressive display from the boys today to get a big win in the end.
Yeah, definitely. put in 100%, boys. Like, just can't ask for more. Like, first game, so yeah, it was good. A lot more fast pace, but adapt quickly, I reckon. So.
And how about yourselves getting picked in your first senior game for Beaconsfield? How have you found training during the week and then the transition coming into today's game?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, training, the boys got around me heaps, so I felt at home. So yeah, it's been easy.
And how do you find the different coaches? Is it tough work training under Clint?
Oh no, Clint's good. He's definitely very professional, and so it's been good.
Well, thanks very much, mate. We'll go and enjoy the win with the boys, and congratulations on your first win in your debutant game. Great display from yourself, and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Nice, thank you.
Back to you, Kane.
Thank you for that, Trent Knight. Sorry, I got distracted just checking my winning racing tickets. So I've had a huge day on the punt, so I'm riding high like Beaconsfield, and so that was a 38-point victory there to the Eagles. Looks like it's Jaden G in the...
Yeah, he's in the dressing gown after that big collision with who was it? With Holmes, who's by all reports fractured that collarbone, so that's not good for him at all as well. But Trent just went out and got the young debutant Morrissey, and we saw it this time last year, Beaconsfield unearthing these kids and putting them in. And today I thought they all handled themselves well. Morrissey, good game on debut. Bowd played a good game, and Stewart also very serviceable. So these kids, they're not afraid to blood these kids and let them have their head.
No, exactly right, and I think that's also going to put the club in a good position going forward, won't it? Because it's very important for as many young players to get their taste of senior football in case they need to be called upon during the finals.
Yeah, and we saw them last year. They had 5 of them in that grand final side, so they're not afraid to let them have their go. So I think it's a testament to the club to do that. And as you said, if they need to go in the finals, they're ready. They've had a taste. It's very good.
Some confidence growing back in the Beaconsfield faces, you can see as they come off the ground there, recording a strong victory here at Tumac Reserve. They did win here last year, and they've won again. Talented footballer Tom Jock just following the boys in there to celebrate. So we'll get the rendition of the Beaconsfield song shortly. With Trent Knight.
Very shortly.
So a great win there to